ECSI fans, you want to revolutionize your sports investing habits? Allow me to tell you about WagerWire. WagerWire is an app that helps you become a superior bettor by allowing you to sync all your sports books and track all your bets in one place. See your current action, your betting history, and stats. You could also sign up for sports books and collect bonus offers. Follow them at WagerWire on X, as it's the best account on the platform. Head to App Store or Play Store now and search WagerWire and download the app. Good morning, sports fans from all around the globe. I am the host, Jeff Dawson, East Coast Sports Investors, and it is the Breakfast Bankroll, of course, with the one and only Mr. Andrew McInnis at McInnis Picks at Wager Talk, our weekly chat on some NHL, some Four Nations. This will be an abbreviated show. Andrew's got another spot in less than 20 minutes, so I'm going to hold him up for exactly 15 minutes to give him 5 minutes to get ready for his next spot. Shout out to our proud sponsors and partnerships. It's WagerWire. Head on over to Google Play, download the app. It's free. If you are on Radio Row for the Super Bowl, go say hello to Travis, Zach, Guy, and the rest of that team and family. Viva Tequila Seltzer, 6 flavors in all. 2 new flavors, lemon, and the East Coast is cuckoo for coconuts. Last but never least, Atlanta Steaks and Seafood. Head on over to atlantasteaksandseafood.com. Promo code SHRIMP. That's right, shrimp. Get a free 2-pound bag of 1620s, the big ones, for your Super Bowl party with any order there. So without further ado, Mr. Andrew McInnis. What's up, Andrew?
What's up, Jeff? Better late than never for us here on a Tuesday, and a big slate. Just one game yesterday. So I pretty much, you mentioned the Four Nations in the intro there. One game yesterday on a Monday, and it's pretty much just cruise control until the Four Nations. So pretty much no more quiet nights for the next week-ish and a half until a little bit of a break in the NHL. So I'm looking forward to it.
Another system play goes down in flames last night. Again, the Nashville Preds coming off a shutout. The only team not to score on Saturday. Neither team scored in the first period last night as Ottawa. My Senators go on to a 5-2 win there. Tonight, one system play. Flames at Utah, minus 105. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm staying far, far away from that one.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. Like this Flames team, I can't really bet overs with them just because of their goaltending right now. I think that, you know, we've talked a lot about futures on the show. I've talked a lot about playoff futures, individual awards. You know, I've been looking at that kind of stuff, the Calder, the Hart Trophy. But, you know, Dustin Wolf isn't going to win the Calder Trophy because of Lane Hudson, because of Macklin Celebrini, but he deserves a ton of credit because if this Calgary Flames team does make the postseason, a lot of it will be due to their goaltending. And you take a look at the game here, at some of the recent games we've seen from Utah. They have missed some key guys and they've tried to get healthy again, but they're not even playing against really tough defensive teams, Jeff. And it kind of worries me. 2 goals against Columbus, 2 goals against Pittsburgh, and just 1 goal for them there against the St. Louis Blues. So, I mean, if we start out overall with some of these games we're seeing, Utah, to me, I'm looking at that team, and I want to look towards unders with them right now. And as far as the Flames are concerned, I know that you and I have talked about how the plus 1.5 isn't a good bet to make just because you're losing that plus value in the first period, of course. But I'll tell you, I like looking at them in the first period. The way that they start games off, I know we look at a lot of -0.5 goals in the first period, but we got a real good game tonight between the Leafs and the Flames. And when I take a look at the number here in this one, we're seeing a decent price there on the Maple Leafs. You know, you can take that split bet of the +0.5 and the +115 on this Flames team to keep it a close one in the first period. Very interested in that one.
And I go back to Friday, the show on your YouTube channel, and we talked about the Kings that were coming off the double shutouts, and we talked about splitting it up three ways. Hey, if you like them as an underdog, nice price as a dog on Saturday. You like
Mm.
them to get their team total, and you like the first period. I think that thought process that I brought up is also another way to start. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I have slowed way down on my NHL plays. You brought it to my attention, I don't know, four weeks ago. And the fact that maybe it is the four nations, maybe these guys have put it into cruise control. The under overs are a clear indicator to me. It is staring like we're staring at a playoff hockey slate.
And it's every single night, Jeff. We've seen it every single night, some of these low scoring games. And the funny thing is, you know how we fall in love with these first period over bets, and just in general, it's become kind of a fad over the past few years. Is it time to start looking at first period unders? Maybe it's like when people are zigging, you and I zag a little bit because obviously, when people look at ticket count, I think casinos are printing a hell of a lot more first period overs than they are first period unders. People like the action. People want to see goals. But look at yesterday's game as a perfect example. Ottawa Senators, Nashville Predators. I caught the tail end of that game. I didn't watch most of the game, caught the tail end of it. And I'm thinking to myself, man, if you had the over in that game, you must have been pumped. I think there were 2 empty net goals, Jeff, and then there was a late goal as well. So I could be wrong, but were either 3 or 4 goals in the third period alone. So a lot of these goals we're seeing actually are coming late in games, whereas what we used to see in these games are good starts and then kind of teams clamping down defensively. But with the empty netters and things like that, it's been very interesting to see. But yeah, I mean, scrolling across the board, I mean, if we do a head count here, 5.5, 5.5, 5.5, 5.5, 5.5, 6.5, 5.5. We have pretty much every single game but 3 at DraftKings have a 5.5, and the 3 other ones have a 6.5. Canadians, Sharks, I'm seeing here with a 6.5. Oilers, Blues, I'm seeing with a 6.5. Blue Jackets, Sabres, I'm seeing with a 6.5. Every other game with a 5.5. What is it? 2012? I don't know what year it is right now, but I guess defense is back in the NHL, and you know what? So is goaltending. Goaltending is back.
Well, and I'm going to add to this. I'll use last night's game as a perfect example. If you were on the system play, you lost. But what have we noticed on the first period over games that go 0-0 or 1-0? There's an explosion in the second period. There was 3 goals scored in the second period. Now, again, you have to be on the dial. You have to, the first period sounds, you got to get involved in the in games. And my pump the brakes here, because once you start getting involved in games, the gerbil works in crazy ways. You're having a hell of a night, and now you're just firing away. The wife or the girlfriend's looking at you. Hey, honey, it's 1 a.m. Oh, don't worry, I got a third period play coming up. And if you're losing the early slate, and now the wife's getting ready for bed. Now you're sweating like you're at the movie Airplane, and the plane's going like this, and you're firing on San Jose, you're firing on Vegas, you're firing on every West Coast game possible, and that's not a good sign there, Andrew.
No, it definitely isn't, and that's really the problem about live betting with the NHL is that you're going to see an opportunity. And I'll give you a perfect example, and I'm going to call myself out because I've got no problem doing it because I don't bet too much college basketball. If I do, it's recreationally. I'm watching some games. Over the weekend, I got Gonzaga at like +3.5, and then I got Oregon at money line as they were hefty favorites. Not hefty, but decent favorites. So I'm thinking to myself, man, this is great. I got 2 teams that were decent sized favorites. I think I saw some people tweeting out Gonzaga like -150, -160 on the post. And then Oregon late Sunday night, was it, or something like that? I was like, this is great. I mean, I don't know how big of favorites they were, but I saw a lot of people on them, but I'm getting them at like money line. Both go down. And so it's a big lesson for people that every event is a new event once the game starts because you can't base it off the opening number. What we can say, and I will 100% I've learned, Jeff, that you don't have to watch games to be good at handicapping. You can trust the numbers you're looking at with your odds screens. You can use the analytical websites, but there's something special about watching with your eyes to know, okay, this is about to break open. And like you said about the Senators game last night, that game broke open in the second period. And anybody I talked to that watched that game said that game should have had at least one goal or two in the first period. So, it's funny because some people you talk to, they would say, well, you can get in a lot of trouble live betting if you're watching games because people just do it for pleasure, of course. But at the same time, I do think that educationally it can help you because you're actually going to be able to watch the games and see what's unraveling.
True story. Then we'll give you the board here to go over for the last 5 minutes here. Patriots Atlanta Super Bowl. ECSI gives out the Patriots minus 145 money line, down 28-3. Everyone knows the story. Good friend and colleague, very successful business person, decides to dabble in on Atlanta money line at 28-3 and Atlanta money line at 28-10. And so my point is, he cashes 300 at the pre-flop, Patriots minus 145, and then he lost a boatload on those two as the Patriots come back to win in overtime. So I'm telling you guys, in game can be very dangerous. As you said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games in all, as we like to call this segment, Andrew. Pucks, props, and thoughts. The stage is yours.
I don't even know where to start, Jeff, but I'm going to look at this one and I'm going to just kind of go over a couple leans that I have here, and why not start with the headline for the show here? Will the Bruins go wild versus Minnesota tonight? And I don't think they will. I think the Bruins will go under the total against Minnesota tonight. This is just something that I've been looking at for pretty much the entire season now, for pretty much the entire time I've been betting on Minnesota hockey games over the last few years. When you see a Minnesota hockey team get embarrassed, you look towards betting unders in the next game. Now, when I take a look at their lineups right now, I'm telling you, Jeff, it does not look good. This team has injuries, and then guess what? Ryan Hartman just got handed a 10-game suspension. That's not going to look good for him. The good news is they have Kaprizov back. But this team at its core is a defensive team. They got Jacob Middleton, Brock Faber, Spurgeon, some good defensive players. And then, of course, they have two great goaltenders, not just one with Marc-Andre Fleury, of course, and Philippe Gustafsson. So I think under 5.5 is a good play in that one. If you want to take a look at the team totals and the under 2.5s there, under 2.5 for the Bees is plus 135, under 2.5 for the Wild, plus 105. Very interested to see what type of style we see from the Bruins here. They lose 2 in a row there. They get slapped around by the Buffalo. I almost said the Bills, the Sabres. They lose to the Jets. And then, of course, they win that big one on the weekend over the Rangers. So leaning towards a low-scoring one there. We talked a lot about the Senators here on the show, and I'll be honest, I've been really impressed with them. And, it goes to show with the media, especially here in Canada. If the Ottawa Senators were playing exactly how they're playing right now, but they were wearing a Montreal Canadiens jersey or an Edmonton Oilers jersey or a Maple Leafs jersey, people would be going crazy. They're not getting the respect they deserve, Jeff. They really are not. However, second half of a back-to-back, first game back for Linus Ullmark, and he's going to be super stoked to be back, I'll tell you that. And I am a big fan of Ullmark. But think about it. Merilainen's played so well. Forsberg has played so well in his absence. It seems like the storybook ending or storybook, picture here is he comes back and plays super well. The thing is, they're throwing him into a very tough situation. His first game back after, a month and a half, 2 months off is a second half of a back-to-back. How does that make sense? In my opinion, he shouldn't be starting his first game back after injury following a second half of a back-to-back after a grueling physical game last night that they played against the Predators. I don't think that's a good idea, personally. I think Tampa gets the job done. If you want to take the rag at minus 110, you can. Or if you want to get that nice plus 120 on the team total, wouldn't talk anybody off it. But this game has 3-2, 3-1 Tampa to me written all over it. They're off an overtime loss against the New York Islanders. So a few plays that I like. One more I was going to mention was Mikko Rantanen over 2.5 shots on goal, minus 130. A lot of times we do like to look at the plus money when we're talking about props. But I'm telling you, Mikko Rantanen at over 2.5 shots on goal, minus 130. It's a gift right now. You will not see this in a week or two. If it loses tonight, you bet it again the next night because he's a shooter. And the Carolina Hurricanes are not used to having a star-studded superstar like they have right now. And they're going to keep having this guy. He has the green light, as they say in the NBA. This guy can shoot whenever he wants. He's the new superstar on the team. That's about it for me right now, Jeff. $5 Tuesday at Wager Talk, 8-0 NFL run. I will have an NFL player prop as part of my $5 Tuesday deal. And it's been a quiet past 2 days for me in the NHL. You haven't been hearing from me as much. I'll tell you, you'll be hearing from me today. So looking forward to that. If you guys want to jump on board, join me at wt.buzz/AM. You can always follow me on Twitter at McInnis Picks as well.
Andrew, thank you so much. Have a great
Thanks,
day.
Jeff.
You got 5 minutes to get to the next spot. We'll be
All
in
right.
touch. Take care, brother. Go follow Andrew McInnis at McInnis Picks. Jump on over to Wager Talk, wt.buzz/AM. Quick commercial break, and we'll wrap it up. Stay tuned.
Jared, hey, we're gonna need you to tone it down with the Summer Friday thing, okay?
What are you talking about?
Well, for one, it's not summer anymore.
Oh, really?
Coconut. Also, who is this?
I'm the caddy.
Oh, he's my intern.
Sorry, intern. I'm his intern.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
No golfing in the office, okay? Summer Fridays are over. You can keep the Hawaiian shirt, but the rest of this stuff, all right? Are you grilling?
Oh, yeah. Did you want a burger or a hot dog?
No, grilling in the office.
That's a good point. We should take this outside.
No, that don't. You put that right back down.
Yo, it's all in the hips.
Oh, dude, come on, we gotta go. Let's go.
Short, sweet, to the point. Shout out to Amber Hawley, always here on the show, always supporting East Coast sports investors, always supporting WagerWire. That's right. Head on over to Google Play, download the app. It is free. I promise you, this team will take such good care of you. Short day today. Life gets busy. I'll be attending some family obligations later after this show. Tomorrow morning, 11 a.m., Brady Cannon back for the PGA Tea Time Wagers. We'll be talking waste management. Big tournament. Scotty, a big time favorite there. Scotty Scheffler, that is. So we'll be breaking down that. Tyler Wyatt will be back talking some college hoops there. We'll talk some futures market as well. Big showdown on Friday as UConn hosts the Red Hot St. John Johnnies and Rick Pitino there. Let me think here. 5 p.m. on Wednesday, myself and Riley Magnuson will be back for the closing bell. Thursday, 11 a.m., Adam Trigger, also of Wager Talk, will be here to talk some college hoops. And then, of course, Friday, the NCAA Insiders talking college baseball. And we got some breaking news to give out about that show and about one of the people on that show is we'll be doing a Tuesday show for the midweek games. I couldn't be prouder. We'll announce that soon as well. Everyone, I can't thank you enough. In our lanes, people come, they go, they change their names, they don't show their face. You know, the Super Bowl is on Sunday, and then February 10th is Black Monday in our lanes. There'll be a lot of people going to work, getting pink slips, don't even know about it. And for us, we're proud to be in our 10th year of public service. We're proud to bring you Bill Krakenberger. We're proud to bring you Andrew, Brady Cannon, Lou Finicaro, UFC, the NCAA Insiders. The list is endless. Bernie Fratto, Fox Sports, Brady Tinker, ESPN News. The list is endless here. But that's what we do. We try to educate with a little entertainment. We're not here about same game parlays, 35 legs. We're not in for this, that, the other thing. We're in here to win, grin, and profit. That's been our motto since January 1st, 2015, and it still is ours. So can't thank everyone for all the trust, the support. We're not going anywhere. We're just getting stronger, and we thank you. So I want everyone to have a blessed day. We'll be back live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Until then, we'll see you soon.